I'll give you a picture, a pattern. What was Moses' role? Why did God pick up Moses, and what did he make him do? If we get this, we get the rest that I'm trying to say. But somebody asked the question, if they were supposed to be slaves, then why did they go to Egypt itself? And then make a big rescue plan. Are you getting these questions? Why send them to Egypt? Then make a big rescue plan, bring them out. People ask all kinds of questions. God is showing something, so teaching us something from all these lessons. So let's answer the question, what was Moses' job?
To set God's people free.
To set God's people free. That was Moses' job. In other words, setting free is called a deliverer. Correct? What could you be set free from? You could be set free from demonic possessions, oppressions. You could be set free from the bondages, generational curses. These are the things. You need to be set free from such things to even to get to where God is talking. For you to be set free, you must encounter Moses. Are you following what I'm saying? Nobody jumped out of the slave camp and said, I'm set free. Nobody swam across the Red Sea and said, okay, wow, now I'm here in the desert. Nobody said that. It required a Moses. There is a pattern in this book. That's what I call default. Don't try to jump the gun and say, I can do it myself. You will do nothing. It's not going to work. It requires God's plan, it requires His pattern and His purpose. That's why He's God and we are men. So He sends a Moses to show you and teach you. So what Moses does? Moses, first of all, challenges the oppressing authority. You see authority? He had to establish a higher authority. The first step of Moses. Why I'm telling you this is because many of us are called to be Moses, but we have still found ourselves in being a bondage, in being waiting to be delivered. Moses himself needed to be delivered. He was delivered the day he walked out of the palace. That was his bondage, the palace. Many people think it's only slavery, not necessarily. You could be in the palace and be in the bondage and not being doing what you're called for. So many of us, we need to realize that we need to step out of our bondages to be called to be Moses. The second thing is, Moses is supposed to recognize the other authority, to separate from that authority, and to establish the godly authority. Are you with me so far? Are you ready to do this? It's a high demand. Go back front of Pharaoh. I cannot talk. Just go back. I will demonstrate it. You just do it. And then he goes on to say, you know what? You'll be like God to Pharaoh. God tells him this. You will be like God to Pharaoh. That is a complete reflection of myself in front of the other authority. You want to bring about deliverance? You just obey God. The complete reflection of God will be in you. But what Moses does is delivers them, and I thought once you're delivered, it's all done. But they were all brought into the desert. They never got it. They were brought into the desert. Are you following what I'm saying? I'm talking about the restorer who will reward. He had to restore them before they can be rewarded. Without restoration, there is no reward. So the deliverer brought them out of bondage and left them in the desert. When God is restoring, He takes you through the desert. Many want to run back to Egypt, many want the world, and many grumble against God and against Moses itself in the desert. And all of them who rebelled fell down dead. God doesn't like it. If you're not willing to go through the process, you're knocked off first. Without restoration, no reward. The next generation will get it. The reward will come when the leader is changed. The leader begins to understand something else. The deliverance is over. You don't need any deliverance. No, there's no Pharaoh here. There's no Pharaoh here. But they need to get into their reward. So what happens? The very first scene of Joshua is, the most important scene of Joshua is, he encounters a warrior. What is the rest of the story? It's all about wars. I started off by asking you, what should we do to get our reward? It's very clear. I've been delivered out of the world, but I got to fight for my reward. That's what Joshua tells you. Moses will come to deliver you. You will be handed over to Joshua. You need to understand that reward is not coming in a platter. That was in the desert when you got the manna and you were sick of it. This is the land flowing with milk and honey. It requires you to fight for it. Joshua was surprised by seeing this and having this encounter. On whose side are you? He thought it's a cakewalk. Off your sandals, my boy. The story starts again. For Moses, it started there. Get out of your sandals. For Joshua, it got out of. Also, it started with getting out of your sandals. The story had to start again. This time, I'm showing you how to get your rewards.